where he struggled a little bit, it wasn't being able to get the breaking ball over. Against the Rays, when he really pitched well, going 8 innings and shutting them down completely, it was the breaking ball early, then locate the fastball, and I think he needs to repeat that again tonight. As far as Alex Cobb goes, not an overpowering pitcher. He's going to look to throw some ground balls. Fastball, curveball, a split changeup that he likes to throw. He will try to get a lot of ground balls, try to work down in the zone.
This Tampa Bay ball club is playing quite well, and they're making a move. They're top of the wild card standings and making a move on the Yankees in the American League East. Montero, Jesus has been hot. A couple of Montero mashes yesterday. Mariners going to need some offense against this good Tampa Bay pitching. It's the Rays and the Mariners. First pitch, straight ahead.
Better ideas, better banking. By CenturyLink, a different kind of communications company. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, welcoming the smooth, soulful sounds of Anthony Hamilton, September 22nd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Good day to be on a ferry, be anywhere outside around the Northwest here. It's going to be a nice week. Good to come home and enjoy the nice weather. Good baseball here at Safeco Field. Jesus Montero in the cage, getting loose. He's playing today, and why not after 2 home runs yesterday? Don't shake your head at me, Jesus. You're going to play today. 2 home runs, and more importantly, not just against Jared Weaver, but against a righty, which is a trend for Mr. Montero of late. Brad Adam with you out here in the pen. We know we can hit left-handed pitchers, hitting .361 against lefties, 6th best in the American League. But what he's done better, what the guys we're talking about, hitting righties. And good righties. Santana, Weaver over the weekend. Before the break, 204 against righties. Since the All-Star break, 311 with some damage, including those 2 home runs and 3 RBIs yesterday against Weaver. So Montero turning things around, earning his trust, sure, in his skipper. Here is Eric Wedge talking about Jesus Montero.
Well, he's definitely seeing the ball better, and laying off some pitches that you'd like to see him lay off, and when he does that, he puts himself in a better position to get a good pitch to hit, and what he's been getting it lately, he hasn't been missing it, and that's what you like to see. That's a great recipe for success, and obviously with his talent, he can do some damage, and that's what happened yesterday.
A good day yesterday. The skipper liked to see that. Montero, again, the 2 home runs, powering the Mariners past the Angels to a series win, a 2-game win streak, and the guys come home, open up a 9-game homestand. The first on a beautiful night against the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays winners of 6 straight. They are red hot. Lineups first pitch next. Rays Mariners right here on Root Sports.
On Royal Brougham, Mariner fans hearty and happy that their ball club is back in town after a 9-game road trip that went 3-6 but finished well with consecutive wins at the Angels. And tonight the Rays in town. The Rays and the Mariners. Glad you joined us here at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew, thrilled to be back home as the Mariners open up a 10-day homestand. They'll play 9 games. They got the Rays coming in, followed by the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. Good pitching matchup tonight. Alex Cobb against Blake Bevan. Let's take a look at the Rays lineup that will face Mr. Bevan.
Manager Joe Madden leading things off will be Desmond Jennings, and it's Upton, Joyce, Zobrist, Keppinger. Take a look at what Keppinger has done against the AL West. A .451 average with a couple of home runs. Longoria the night off, so Keppinger in at third base. Pena, Roberts, Molina, and Bold rounding out the 9 for the Rays. Blake Bevan on the season, a 5.12 ERA. He has pitched much better than that since being recalled from Tacoma. Blake had an outstanding outing against the Rays in Tampa Bay earlier this year. He will use a fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. Take a look at the defense. Some changes in the defense for Eric Wedge. Carp out, was injured yesterday in Anaheim. In the outfield will be Robinson in left, Saunders in center field, Thames in right. But here are the changes. Figgins getting the start at third base. Came in the game late yesterday. Brendan Ryan at shortstop. Seager, the second baseman. Ackley moves over to first. And Jesus Montero will do the catching tonight.
We are ready for action here at Safeco Field. Mariners have had a lot of trouble with the American League East. They're 12-22 against that division, 1-5 against the Rays. We've made 2 long trips over to Tampa Bay. This is the only visit for Tampa Bay here to Seattle this year. Mariners are 1-5 against them.
And the good news is you can see the numbers for Blake against the Rays earlier. 8 innings pitched, 4 hits, gave up just 1 earned run. Didn't walk anybody, a big key. 5 strikeouts, 101 pitches for Blake. Really used his breaking ball effectively early in counts. Was able to put hitters away with his fastball late.
Here we go. First pitch. Check swing. And it's a strike to Desmond Jennings. Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpire. Andy Fletcher at first. Rob Drake at second. And Joe West at third. 75 degrees. And based on where we've come from, Mike, this feels fabulous.
Great. Great to be
ball.
home.
Yes, sir. Figgins steps and throws and guns down Jennings. 1 out. And the humidity factor that we had in the northeast quarter. Don't have to worry about that.
Well, even down in L.A.
In L.A.
pushing
it was
100 degrees. And it was
uncharacteristically hot for this time of year. I mean, we talked to all the local guys down there, and they were even saying, hey, man, this is unusual.
Lead story in the news. Nice to be home.
Yes, indeed. Here's B.J. Upton. This is a Rays ball club. Playing some outstanding baseball since we saw them last. They've won 6 consecutive games, 9 of 11. They've won 4 consecutive road series. And Joe Madden, a 2-time American League Manager of the Year, real happy with the direction of his club right now. We were down there about a month ago. The Yankees had about an 8.5, 9.5 game lead, swinging a miss on Tampa Bay. And he said, hey, I think the Yankees are going to come back. But things have changed now. Look at Tampa Bay. They're right there in the wild card with Baltimore. And they're only, starting today, 5 games behind the Yankees. Yankees defeated Texas already. He's up to fooled on that pitch. Nice job by Bevan. 1-2. Yankees were down 2-0 to Texas. Came back to win 8-2.
I don't think it's much of a coincidence for the Rays that Longoria comes back and all of a sudden we see the run production jump up. He is getting a scheduled day off for tonight's game. Probably back in the lineup tomorrow, but things have really improved just having him in the lineup.
Towering ball. Left center field. Saunders calls off Robinson for the out. Yep. The mere presence of Longoria really has boosted this team. A couple days before he came back, they won a few games, and he comes back, boom, then it was like they're on fire.
It's been a big change in the offense for him, and I think you're right. Just his presence in the lineup changes everything. There's Evan Longoria, third baseman for the Rays, again getting scheduled day off after coming off of the DL.
And the hamstring, he injured that the first time we saw him. That was back in that series, May 1 through 3. Tampa Bay swept the Mariners down at St. Pete. Here's Matt Joyce, right fielder.
Joyce working on an 11-game hitting streak, hitting .308 in that streak. 275 overall, 14 home runs for him.
Good location there by Bevan, 1-1.
Throwing strikes for Blake isn't an issue. It's the quality of the strikes. He wants to stay out of the middle of the plate. That last fastball down the middle just to get ahead. But I think for the most part he wants to pitch on the edges. When he gets hurt is when he gets too much of the plate because he throws so many strikes.
They had Joyce jackknifing out of the way on that pitch. 1-2, 2 outs, nobody on, just underway. One-two pitch. Took a lot off, just missed.
Good pitch. Right there on the inside corner. Home plate umpire Sam Holbrook missed one there.
Bevan's last 5 starts, 4-0, 3.67 ERA. 1-1 against the Rays in his career, 4.05. He's got a 2-2. On the ground down to Seager. Goes over to Ackley and a clean first inning for Blake Bevan. Good to be home. 1-2-3 go the Rays. When we come back, it'll be Ackley, Saunders, and Seager. They get the Mariners going here at Safeco Field. Boys are up in the right field stands, and their hero's going to lead it off for the Mariners. Let's take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order against Alex Cobb.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. Ackley leading things off. Then it's Saunders, Seager, Jason Montero. He has really swung the bat well here in August. A 361 average for him. A couple of home runs in yesterday's game. The difference in that win for the Mariners. Then it's Robinson, Thames. Thiggins getting the start. He will hit 8th. Brendan Ryan will hit 9th for the Mariners. Numbers for Cobb on the year. The Mariners were able to see him early. Pitched a couple innings in relief. But overall, a 4.32 ERA. Take a look at 24 walks, over 62 strikeouts. Again, not an overpowering pitcher. He'll try to keep it on the ground. A good sinker, 91, 92 miles an hour. We'll use a split changeup and also a curveball. Defense for the Rays. Jennings in left field. Fold is out in center. Joyce, the right fielder. Keppinger at third base. Zobrist, the shortstop. There's a change where you're seeing him in right or second base, but he will be the shortstop. Jose Molina, the veteran backup catcher, will be behind the plate tonight.
So Alex Cobb, born in Boston, Massachusetts, turns 25 in October, lives in Vero Beach, Florida. First year up here in the bigs. First pitch to Ackley. In there for strike.
I don't think we've seen Zobrist play shortstop.
Joe Madden said he's playing a great shortstop, and he likes him at second, short, and anywhere in the outfield. Good athlete. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. Down low. Ackley coming off a 7-for-40 run during the road trip. Did hit a couple home runs, drove in 8 runs. They had 2-1. Backhanded by Carlos Pena. 1 out.
That was the changeup from Cobb again. Doesn't have enough innings to qualify, but his percentage of ground balls, he would be second in the league to Derek Lowe on his out distribution and the percentage of them on the ground. The Mariners, if they can get him to elevate the baseball, that will be their best opportunity to score off of him. Michael Saunders has been struggling lately.
Ready for a breakout, Mike. He's ready for a breakout.
Yeah, I think so too.
2 for 34 on the trip, trying to turn that around. He hit 10 Ks during the roadie. Fouls went off. He's 1 for 1 against Cobb.
You see that many strikeouts and 34 bats, 10 of them. Tells you that he's just not picking up the baseball, not seeing it well. He's going to have to slow things down a little bit, start over, maybe hit the ball the other way a few times. Saw on the road trip, too, when he was putting in play, a lot of ground balls to the second baseman. Pitches away from him. And his strength.
Classic rollover, right?
Yeah, and his strength this year, the biggest change, one of the biggest changes is hitting the ball to left center field. So a little out of sync, getting away from it. Chris Chambliss trying to get him back on track.
2 balls, 1 strike to Saunders.
You can see that change up. It'll be 84 to 86 miles an hour.
Tampa Bay.
They can pitch.
Oh, yeah. That is a foul ball.
Nice backhanded
Yes,
play.
it was. Very confident. I like it. Tampa Bay's pitching has been good all year, and it's been just off the chart since the All-Star break. Joe Madden, his staff, you got Tom Foley, Dave Martinez, the bench coach, Tom Foley, the third base coach, George Hendrick is the first base coach. Since these two clubs last met, the Mariners are 11-8. The Rays are 13-5. Another ground ball to second base. Roberts, former Arizona Diamondback, throws him out, 2 down. Well, the guys out in the pen, they were here during BP at about 4:30, 4:45 when they open up the pen. Thrilled to be taking in the sunshine and having some baseball back in Seattle.
I would say the weather is just perfect out there right now.
Yeah, it really is. There's Kyle Seager. 2 outs in the first. Seager 8 for 38 in a road trip. Couple homers, 5 runs batted in. Breaking ball for a strike. Kyle, the team leader, tied with Ackley actually in games played. Leads the club in hits, total bases, home runs, and RBIs. Chopper up the middle. Zobrist. No, it's going to be Ryan Roberts. Backhand. Nice play. Both pitchers off to a good start. Alex Cobb for the Rays. Blake Bevan for the Mariners. Look at this day. Fabulous to be here in Seattle. No scores. We go to the second. It's 21 and older. Take home a fuzzy full-size Mariners fleece blanket thanks to EQC. Get your tickets to Friday's Mariners fleece blanket night. It's against the Twins. Go to mariners.com. Those fleece blankets, no doubt, will be put into use once we get into September. Swing and a miss by switch hitting Ben Zobrist, batting in a 4-hole for Tampa Bay. Having a great year, leads the club in runs, hits, total bases, doubles, triples, walks, and intentional walks. Put he and Longoria back to back. You got a heck of a duo. Finds a hole, base hit.
First base hit for either team. Solid base hit through the hole on the right side of the infield, as Dave mentioned. Zobrist, solid player in the lineup every day. Somebody that Joe Madden can really depend on. He gets the first base hit. You got to keep an eye on the Rays too. They will run and put the game in motion.
Number 1 in the American League with 98 steals. Zobrist is 13 out of 21. There's Jeff Keppinger, third baseman. Wide open stance. Strike one.
Good curveball from Blake. Steal a first pitch strike.
Checking now with Tom Foley. Zobrist back.
Really good win for the Mariners yesterday.
Tremendous.
Jason Vargas ends up getting his 13th win of the season. Pitched great against a good hitting lineup in the Angels, but the Mariners able to get some runs off of Weaver. Weaver had been 15-1 going into yesterday, and the offense came alive. Montero, a big part of that, hitting a couple of home runs off of Weaver.
Vargas now with 2 wins over his buddy from Long Beach State. Eric Wedd said 2 out of 3 in Anaheim. He beat the best pitcher in baseball. The end of a trip on a hot day. That's a good ending.
It's a good ending. Send you home. Mariners won 7 in a row here at home. Jason, what a year he is having.
There's Kevin Millwood on the left. He'll go tomorrow. 0-2 here to Keppinger. Zobrist, good base runner. Good speed, first base. Rays come in having won 3 at Minnesota, 12-6, 4-2, and 7-3. Their offense has really picked up. Prior to that, they were at home, won 4 out of 6, and prior to that, they were on the road and they won 6 out of 9. Just outside.
That was a good fastball from Blake. He'll typically be 91, 93 miles an hour. Every now and then he'll hit 94 or 95, but for the most part he'll stay in the low 90s. Relies more on command of his fastball, try to get some good movement to it.
Throw it back over.
And again, he has really pitched well since being recalled from Tacoma. Won 4 in a row. Didn't pitch badly in his last outing against Baltimore. Just wasn't as sharp as we'd seen him. 6 innings, 4 runs. Up to that point, he'd won 4 in a row and had really pitched well.
And attention to Zobrist.
Well, if you look at this series, it looks like a series that runs are going to come at a premium, so you can't take anything for granted. As you mentioned, these guys leading the league in stolen bases. Madden will run at any time. Doesn't matter, so you have to be able to help your catcher out. It's good for Blake to at least let him know that he's paying attention.
1-2. Ball should take Ryan right to the bag. It does. There's your double play.
Perfect.
Right on cue.
Little chopper over the mound. Takes Brendan Ryan right to the bag, 1 step. Throws Keppinger out by a couple of steps at first, so an easy double play for the Mariners. 3 ground ball outs for Blake here early. That's a good sign.
A lot of fun talking to opposing players, and they really like watching Ryan play shortstop. It's 4 games that the Mariners lost. 4 of the games the Mariners lost on the road trip, he was out.
Well, he's just so important, not just because of the way that he plays shortstop and all the plays that he makes, taking hits away, but I think he also helps Ackley out when he's at second. He'll help Seager out, positioning guys, moving them around.
There's Carlos Pena, the hitter, facing Blake Bevan.
He is the leader of that infield.
Yes, he is. 1-0 to Pena. Broken bat looper in the right field for a base hit. Joe Madden said that Pena been a hard luck guy. Been a power source for him. 15 homers, 46 RBIs, but hitting just a .193 coming into today's game.
Well, he catches a break here as he shatters his bat. See a piece of wood flying off of it. Finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
It's a guy that you can get on a strikeout. Keep that in mind for later on. 139 strikeouts. 3rd in the league behind Dunn and Granderson. 2 outs, a man on. Here's Ryan Roberts. Saw him when we were in Arizona. Swing and a miss. Traded shortly after the Mariners left Arizona.
Only 51 at bats with the Rays, hitting .216 with 1 home run, 6 RBIs.
July 24th he came over. There's a strike.
Another good curveball from Blake.
Two outs, runner at first. 0-2 to Roberts. Outside. Oh, 2 strikes. Up high, 2-2. Mariners start tonight 10 games under 500. 2 days ago, Mariners were at 7 under 500. Looked like they were making a move to get even. Still got time.
Well, it was a tough road trip, and you look at the schedule and the teams that they had to play, you knew that it was going to be.
Swing and a miss by Roberts. He's gone. Blake Bevan gives up a couple of hits. No harm done in the second. No score.
is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Back here at Safeco Field. Comfortable night here at the ballpark. No scores. We go to the bottom of the second inning. How about John Jaso? He's going to lead it off. He's got his batting average up to 290. He's going to lead it off for the Mariners here in the second inning. John DHing tonight. Jesus Montero and Trayvon Robinson to follow.
And he hit a couple of home runs in Anaheim, so not just raising his average, but hitting with some pop. Up to 7 home runs. Now he has 3 triples, 13 doubles.
Got the Ackley boys spelling out everybody's name out there in the upper deck. Met them at the social media night last couple of weeks ago when we were here. Fun kids. Jaso, Montero, and Robinson against Alex Cobb. Jaso 8 for 22 on the trip, couple of homers, 5 runs batted in. Up high, 1-1.
Swung well, 417 against his former team.
Slicing drive left field. Jennings there, 1 out. Give you an idea what these two guys have done, 2 hottest hitters for the ball club.
Good road trip for both of them. Fortunately, the Mariners could only go 3 and 6 on the trip, but again, they played much better here on the last homestand, so hopefully they can turn things around here at home. A long homestand.
You can understand if it's grating on talking to Eric Wedge and everybody sort of shaking their head. The 5-0 lead, Felix couldn't hold it. The 7-2 lead in Baltimore.
Yeah.
3 and 6. You know, you were just a little bit away from 5 and 4. Montero first pitch in there for a strike.
That's probably the game in Anaheim when the guys went out and scored 5 runs early for Felix. You figure that one was done, but Felix is human too. Every now and then he's going to have a bad outing, and that was one for him.
2 swings. Trout a 3-run homer and the 2-run sac fly.
Yeah.
Jeez. Somebody asked me, he says, you know, come on, Phillies 5-run lead. I said, the mysteries of baseball.
See, just 4 of the runs earned against Felix.
0-2 to Montero.
Montero has his average up to 272 now with a solid road trip, hitting 406 on the road. 12 home runs, 45 RBIs for Montero.
Chop foul.
Take a look at the 2 home runs that he hit in yesterday's game. Mike Trout, the great center fielder for the Angels, young man, tried to steal one, take one back. He took one back from Olivo the night before, tried to get that one, but it's over the fence, and then this one right here, no doubt about it, well back into the seats in left field.
He got a hanger and he put a hurt on it.
Yeah,
it was great.
He sure did.
1-2 here from Cobb. Do it again. A lot to like about that game yesterday. Vargas goes 13-8. Wilhelmsen picks up a 16th save. Saw the 2 home runs by Montero. How about, and let us not forget the contributions of Sean Figgins after Carp got hurt. A single and an RBI triple in the 9th inning. A couple of nice plays down at third. Cobb from the first base side of the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Off speed breaking ball strikes him out, his first K of the night. 2 down here in the second.
Well, he had a couple of fastballs to hit and he missed them. Then he comes back with a good curveball. See, it's right on the outside corner, swings through it. 80 miles an hour, so about 11 miles an hour off of his fastball.
There's Trayvon Robinson. 4 for 23 on a road trip. Two outs, nobody on.
4 for 23, but he had some rough luck. You're talking about hitting in some bad luck in New York. I don't know how many times he lined out. 3-4 times in that series he hit line drives for outs.
They did one game where he K'd, and then the next 3 hit the ball hard right at somebody. Talking to to Chris Chambliss about Trayvon. I said his body language looks really good. He said Jeff Pentland got him down in Tacoma to shorten up big time on his approach and his attack. Remember, he was a little bit loopy last year.
Yeah.
He said he was very open-minded and learned a lot from Pentland down in AAA.
Well, he has some pop in his bat. There's no question about that. But he also has a lot of speed. And by shortening up, put the ball in play a little bit more and give yourself a better chance to run. He can do some things to help you win some games. And he's a switch hitter. So I think it's smart on his part.
To hit to that point, Chris was saying, he said, remember when he came here, he'd had a whole bunch of home runs with the Dodger organization in AAA, like 26, 27.
Right.
And they said they got a little home run crazy. It happens. 2-2.
Yeah, but you said it too. Those home runs coming in AAA, and all of a sudden you get to this level, and guys start to expand the zone, and they have better stuff, obviously, and it makes it tougher with a longer swing. Give yourself a chance. Hit some line drives and run.
Did not go, said Joe West. He's worked a full count.
That's another thing that has helped him because of that short swing, able to work counts back in his favor. Last year, he'd be back in the dugout by now. So he's really made some improvements, some strides, and you have to love his enthusiasm for the game. He has a lot of fun playing. And hopefully things will work out. See a few of those line drives for base hits would certainly help.
3-2. Get down to Zobrist. Then throws him out by about a step. Good hustle down the line. Mariners go 1, 2, 3, 6 up, 6 down for Cobb. No score here at Safeco Field. Great reliever with the Mariners. Had the honor of throwing out the first pitch tonight. And a little sink to it. Get out there. Really had some good years here with the Mariners.
Yes, he did.
35th anniversary of the ball club, bringing back some of the good guys. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, 52 saves with the Mariners. Tied for 8th in team history, and he was only here for 2 years. I was saying earlier, seemed like he was here longer than that, but 2 years with the Mariners.
Here's Jose Molina. Jose Molina, Sam Fuld, and Desmond Jennings, 8, 9, and 1. Here in the third inning against Blake Bevan. To right field towards the line. Long run, Thames. Runs out of room. Looked like the play he had against Trout the other night where he was shaded over and had to run towards the corner.
Right.
That sac fly.
Had to run. Ball slicing away from him. He's starting to figure out Safeco Field. He'll know where that wall is. Run into that a few times, even though it's padded. Had the Lapalina squaring around to fake a bunt on the first pitch.
Get roll at the first. They gave him spot. Family occupation catchers. 3 really good major league catchers. Fast, Usain Bolt's not in jeopardy.
I think Yadier probably runs better than Benji.
No question. Benji
or
and
Jose.
Damn, what? That's a good trio catchers. Yadier, World Series champion from a year ago with the Cardinals. How about that? Benji and Jose, the catchers in the 0-2 Angels Ball Club that won the World Series. 1-2.
Not just that, but you have 3 brothers and combined service time over 30 years. That's solid.
That's a proud dad.
Yeah.
Mr. Molina back under his home. Look at my boys. It is Ben Cartwright moment.
How many times did they complain to their dad about having to go out and block balls? And that paid off, guys.
Yeah, it did. Pensions are going to be good, boys.
Good pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose at 198. 2-2 pitch. Center field for Saunders backs him up about 4 or 5 steps. 1 down. Let's check out our AT&T trivia question for this evening. Here we go. What is the franchise record for individual wins after the All-Star break?
I think I'll go with C11.
Individual pitching wins. Individual wins for a pitcher after the All-Star break franchise record. Shot in the dark, 9B. Mr. Vargas going to make a run to certainly put himself up on that list. Sam Fuld, center fielder. I'm going to go with B9.
C11.
C11. In there for a strike. Figgins in just on the edge of the grass at third base for Fuld. Speedy runner.
Only 35 at-bats. He'd been hurt. Back up here with the big club. 35 at-bats, hitting .286 overall. A couple of doubles. Blake not happy with himself after that last pitch. Feels like anytime he throws a fastball, he should be able to throw it where he wants to. And every now and then when he does it, he gets upset with himself.
2-1. Oof, that got home plate umpire Sam Holbrook. 2-2. Fans are going with 11 on the trivia contest right now. Sam Fuld listed at 5'10". I'm not buying. 175. Tell you what, he puts a charge into that one. Foul ball. Sam's a short 5'10". I guess that's what they're going with.
A short 5'10".
It's 5'10" in the book. I'm not buying it. Come on. I know he'll get all over me tomorrow, but. Two and two.
And so far, Blake right about 60% fastballs. Probably throwing more curveballs than any of his other off-speed pitches. He also uses a slider and a changeup. Leadoff hitter Desmond Jennings waiting on deck.
There's a 3-2 to Fuld. Hit hard. That's a base hit. All three singles have gone to right field. Zobrist, Pena, and now Fuld. 1-out base runner. Top of the order, Desmond Jennings coming up.
Elevated fastball, middle in. 3-2 count. Fold is going to be able to get to a fastball inside, cheating a little bit. Solid line drive.
You had 1 out, Mariners. Double play depth up the middle. Turn 1 double play already. That was in the 2nd inning. Man at first, Keppinger hit a ball towards the bag, took Ryan right there, and he completed the double dip. Ball 1 to Jennings, who grounded out to third.
You see this a lot with younger players, but you look at Desmond Jennings hitting .246. We saw him a couple of years ago. It looked like this kid was going to hit 300 every year. He's had his struggles this year.
Yeah, we saw one of his first games, I believe. I think it might have been here.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype about him and his ability to hit. Doesn't mean that he won't. It's just a tough year for him this year.
Jennings 17 games in 2010. Hit .259 at 63 games last season. 10 homers. Runner goes. Throw by Montero, high. Stolen base for Fuld, his 2nd this season.
We're going to see this a lot over the next 3 days here in this series. The Rays run always aggressive on the base paths. As you see Fuld with his stolen base. Throw was a little bit high for Montero, but it was a good jump from Fuld. I'm not sure he would have been able to get him with an accurate throw.
So runner in scoring position, 1 out. Count 1-1 to Desmond Jennings. Goes bunt. What were we talking about the other day about bunting and how it gets the whole infield moving like it did? He showed bunt, everybody moved. We were talking about that. Who were we talking about? Henderson, Ricky Henderson the other day, or somebody? And
that was with Ricky when he was on the bases, though.
Right.
He would just get infielders moving all over the place. And you know, with the bunt, you have to leave your position early. But typically, if you get runners running,
hit hard by Figgins. Full good speed. He's around third. Trayvon Robinson will throw to second. And scoring easily, Sam Fuld. Tampa Bay's got a 1-0 lead. RBI for Jennings, his 34th.
That was what the fake bunt did right there. It brings Figgins in at third base. Because you have to respect his ability to bunt, and he can run leadoff hitter. And then it cuts down his range as he hits this ball down the line. You can see Figgins playing just in front of the bag at third. Trayvon doing the right thing. Get the ball back into second base. Keep Desmond Jennings at first.
Stolen base coming in big in this inning.
So many times we see outfielders try to throw the runner out at all costs, and typically if they don't have a play, and next thing you know, the guy they got the base hit, he's standing at second. They switch places. If you don't feel like you have a chance, just keep that runner at first. Give Blake a chance to get a double play ball and get out of the inning. Keep the damage to a minimum.
B.J. Upton, the hitter, flied out to center first time up. Big swing and a miss. American League West action. Texas lost at New York 8-2. Angels trailing at home 2-0, top 3 to Cleveland. AL West standings look like this. About the Mariners, 4-2 at the Angels. Their 2 trips. That is well tagged and well gone. Wow. A resounding 2-run blast by B.J. Upton, his 13th homer. RBIs 47 and 48. Game on a 1-1 pitch.
Looked like a hanging curveball from Blake. Let's take a look at it. It's an off-speed pitch, 80 miles an hour, and it is the curveball. Didn't break much. You can see middle of the plate. Upton making sure it was going to stay fair. Plenty of distance as it went into the upper deck.
That's impressive. There's Matt Joyce. Strike one on the off-speed pitch. 410 feet on that blast by B.J. Upton. The Rays, with his home run number 107, they started tonight 10th in the American League in home runs. Jumps on a breaking ball.
.25 pitches for Blake in the inning. He will not be happy about that.
3-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Fouls it off. We don't see a lot of balls going those regions.
No. It's a warm night. Flags aren't doing anything right now. Straight down and catch all of it, especially if it's a hanging breaking ball. They will go a long way.
1-2 pitch. Foul back.
Blake up to 50 pitches. He was in great shape with his pitch count after the first 2 innings, and having to throw a lot of pitches here in this inning. Still just 1 out.
Here's 1-2 to Joyce. Ventura is still a scramble there. 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 from Bevan. That's hit hard. Base hit right field. 4 consecutive hits now. Another base hit to right. Left-handers really get it done. 29 pitches. This inning. Carl Willis coming out for a quick word. CenturyLink high-speed pitch. Take a look at Bevan and Cobb, both in the same neighborhood.
Again, for Blake, it's not the ability to throw strikes, it's the quality of the strikes. And in this particular inning, a lot of pitches in the middle of the strike zone that are getting hit hard. We have to find a way to get his fastball back on the edges.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. John Kelly with his usual early game routine out in the bullpen. Brings up Ben Zobrit's got a base hit to right, leading off the second inning. One. We were talking about double play ball. I could really use one now. Let's get out of this thing. 4 consecutive hits after Molina flied to center. Full to base hit, stolen base, scored on an RBI by Jennings. A 2-run shot by Upton. Joyce a base hit. There's a ball, 1-1 to Ben Zobrist.
And the hard part about it is Blake now throwing 30 pitches in the inning. It's difficult because that's typically when you start to make more mistakes. You get tired, a little bit fatigued. The ball gets up in the zone. You start to hang the breaking ball even more. So he's really going to have to bear down. There isn't anybody out in the pen getting loose to come help him out, so he's going to have to figure it out himself.
1-1 to Zobrist. Slicing drive, left center field, lots of trouble. All the way to the fence. Joyce, a good runner. He's going to score easily. RBI double. Ben Zobrist, 4-0 Tampa Bay. For Zobrist's 28th double and RBI number 44. 5 consecutive hits now by Tampa Bay. The Rays came in 12th in the American League, just ahead of the Mariners in batting in the AL.
Well, Zobrist gets a pitch. Again, it looked like a changeup. Middle away. Good read by Joyce as he leaves first base. Didn't wait to get a read on Saunders. He knew that was over his head as he scores from first. Like still in a lot of trouble, and now we're getting some action. It looked like Sean Kelly, who was stretching out in the pen, is now starting to throw.
Jeff Keppinger, third baseman, bounced into a double play. 1 out, lots of damage done. On the outside, missed, 1-1. Kelly throwing in earnest now. Here's the 1-1. Up high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
35 pitches now in this inning and still 1 out. So it looks like he'll get up over 40 pitches in the inning.
Tough way to work. Check this swing. Did he go? Did not, says Andy Fletcher.
Another hitter's count. 3-1. Pena waiting on deck. He's 1 for 1. Had a broken bat single his first time up. That came back in the second inning.
3-1. Chopper to Figgins. Backhand. Nicely done. Holds the runner. And throws out Keppinger for out number 2. That ends a run of 5 consecutive hits.
Good play by Sean. When you're at third, you have to be decisive. He decides to come in and get it right away. Kind of a tough hop, but is able to handle it, hold the runner, and get an out for Blake Bevan. A little backhanded scoop.
That'll bring up Carlos Pena as Figgins had a good couple of days here.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, too, when you're at third is right when the ball is hit, so many times when it's hit at you, you can't really judge the bounce or where it's going to bounce, and you have to be decisive. And the good ones typically will come in. They'll be aggressive. If there's any doubt at all, they'll be aggressive and come get it. And that's what Sean did. And that's the reason why he was able to smother that hop on the backhand side and make a good play.
No man's land if he lets it go, right?
Yeah, a lot of times you see that ugly Olay play down there. Sometimes that's the reason why, because you end up on your heels. A good play for Sean.
Pena got a base hit to right his first time. 8th man to the plate.
Mariners put the shift on. Brendan Ryan, the shortstop, move over to the other side of second base. Seager playing back on the grass. Again, Seager at second, Ackley playing first.
Fastball for strike, 1-1. Bevan trying to get out of it here. Keep it at 4 runs. He's got 2 outs. Runner at second. It's Ben Zobrist. left on a pitch off speed outside, 2-1. 40 pitches. Not what he had in mind. Two and one. Off speed pitch. He swings through. 2-2.
And he was able to get away with one there. That pitch, slow curve ball, middle of the plate. There you can see it on the tracer. Pena has some pop. 15 home runs on the year and swung through it.
Two and two. 2 outs. Runner at second. Keeps it alive.
Well, I guess for the Mariners on the offensive side, let's take a look at the 65 total for Blake. 42 strikes. Cobb's been sitting in the dugout for quite a while. Maybe he'll come out and start elevating the fastball so the Mariners can hit some in the air. So far, 6 outs, 1 strikeout, 1 flyout, 4 ground ball outs for Cobb.
Bevan against Carlos Pena in his second tour of duty with Tampa Bay. 2-2. In tight off the plate, full count.
Ryan Roberts waiting on deck, former Diamondback.
One of the leading practitioners of the art of the tattoo. 43 pitches. Payoff here to Pena. Strike 3 call. It finally ends. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. A man left on. 4-0 Rays. The Rays put up a 4 spot in the top half of the inning, sending 8 men to the plate. Meanwhile, Alex Cobb is playing spectator for the last few minutes. He's retired the first 6 men that he's faced.
And again, he's been able to keep the ball on the ground. Somebody on base, his tendency, runners on base again. Average goes up against him to 328. Tries to rush. Easy guy to try to steal off of. As you see Carl Willis working with Blake Bevan on trying to get him down. You can read his lips. Get the ball down in the zone. There's Blake showing his breaking ball and how he's kind of casting out a little bit. Something that they've been working on consistently, trying to get him better at. Stay over the top side. Same arm slot as his fastball, and that's what he's been struggling with. In the meantime, the Mariners now, they have a job ahead of them. They have to score some runs.
They're going to have to do it against the best pitching team in the American League. with the phenomenal closer, Fernando Rodney, is leading with 36 saves, lead the league at 36 saves. So this will be a steep mountain to climb. Here's Eric Thames to lead off. It'll be Thames, Figgins, and Ryan. And we're right in the middle of something we haven't seen here with the Mariners in a long time. 3 African Americans in a row in the lineup. I mean, it's been years since that probably happened here in Seattle, and it doesn't happen every day in baseball anymore.
We were talking about it, and I was thinking back when I was playing here. Obviously, you had Kenny,
right,
the constant in center field, and then you had the rotation of left fielders that came through. But I can't even remember 3 while I was a member of the team. I think at one point you had Jeffrey Leonard and Harold Reynolds, and it's like a foul ball off the leg of Thames. But it's one of the things that we have talked about, and it's not the most common.
Yeah, and as we talked about before, I haven't called Gene Orza, former general counsel for the Players Association. He said there's African Americans in baseball in major league rosters now a little bit more than 6%. I mean, that's way down from like 30% back in the late 60s, early 70s. Hispanics make up about 26, 27% of the guys in Major League Baseball.
Well, I know we were just in L.A. and Torrey Hunter was really active. I don't know if he still is, but he was really active in youth baseball and trying to get the guys more involved.
Ames drives one left field, going foul. Two balls, 2 strikes to Eric Thames. Cobb has retired the first 6 men that he's faced. Pena on the backhand, but it's a foul ball.
Well, again, without any runners on, opponents hitting just .225 off of Cobb, and his percentage of ground ball outs is great, and that's what we're seeing here early in the game. Just trying to keep the ball on the ground if he can. 4 ground ball outs out of the 6 outs that he's had so far. His pitch count, I think that's a deceptive number there, 28%. He's definitely thrown more sinking fastballs than that.
The 2-2 to Thames. Nobody on, leading off. Pitch, swing, and a miss. He's gone. 1 down. That is strikeout number 2. Mr. Cobb. Franchise record for a pitcher. Individual wins after the All-Star break. I went with 9. Mike went with 11. Fans rode with Mike at 58%. He's on a hot streak, everybody. Survey says it is 11. Mr. Langston just saw him yesterday over the weekend. 11-3 record in 84. Jamie Moore 11-2 in 01. And Vargas with 5 wins post All-Star break. Here's Sean Figgins. I think he hit the ball hard 9th inning yesterday down the right field line, RBI triple. Tough year for Figgins. Started out as sort of the super utility starter, if you will, playing some third, playing some left, played some center. Never got the batting average over the Mendoza line. Got to a point where Eric Wedd said, you know what? We have to make you a legit utility sometime player. And he said, I understand.
We see him working out every day during batting practice. He'll take ground balls all over the infield, going to the outfield some.
Pro's pro.
Yeah. Well, again, there's nothing that you can do. At some point, you have to accept the situation that you're in and try to make the most of it. He's been around long enough. He knows that.
1-2. Seven in a row retired by Alex Cobb. Rays play Figgins shallow and towards the line and left. 2-2 count. Strike 3 called. Higgins didn't believe it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cobb, his third of the night now.
We'll take a look at this pitch. It looked like it was off the plate. A lot of run to that last pitch, 86 miles an hour, but it is off the plate away. Higgins griping about it, and I don't blame him. To the number 9 hitter now, Brendan Ryan. You can see that elbow pad that he has. Took one right off the point of the elbow, and what did he miss? 4 games?
Yep. Back up the middle.
Hey, there's a base hit.
Buzz one right by Cobb's ear. Base hit, Brendan Ryan. Ends a string of 8 in a row, retired right out of the box by Cobb. First Mariner base runner.
Solid base hit, just a line drive back up the middle. Brendan's not going to let him get ahead with a first pitch fastball. He's been paying attention.
Two outs for Dustin Ackley beginning second time around. Ackley grounded out to Pena at first base. First hit for the Mariners. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Tampa Bay. No runs, 1 hit for the Mariners. Two outs, a 1-1 count to Ackley. That breaking ball over.
Yeah. I think with him, you can see him shaking his head, not happy. That pitch was up in the zone, and if you're on the offensive side of things facing him, I think that's where you have to look, try to get the ball up. And Ackley had a pitch right there that was up out over the plate. Decided to take it for a strike. Cobb knows that's a pitch he could get hurt on.
Bouncing ball, attacked by Roberts. Throws out Ackley. That'll do it for the Mariners. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left, 3 complete. It's 4-0 Rays.
Plus tax. Let's get you upstairs to the booth where things are getting crowded, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. Joining us, former Mariner closer Bill Caudle joins us right now. Billy throwing out the first pitch. You look good doing it too. We're happy for you. It's one of the better throws we've had this year.
Well, and I did. I threw one to the backstop this year, so I took the pressure off of everybody else to follow me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Good to have you back. What's new with you? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Do a lot of traveling, but always a baseball fan.
Seems to me, and I mentioned as you came up here, and Mike and I talked about this beforehand, it seemed like you were here more than 2 years. I remember seeing you on highlights. It seemed like, I don't know, for in my mind's eye, that happens as we get older. It seemed like you had about 5 years here, but you had 2, right?
Yeah, only 2. Maybe because I closed, you saw me quite a bit when we were winning, and at those days it was rare, but only 2.
I think it was more of all the other stuff, though.
That could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I had a little fun.
Yeah, I like the hat, the one that you had with the visor in the front, of course, and then the one in the back. And
Still have it.
do you?
Yeah, I do.
The inspector, that was great.
And what about, I understand you came out one game, you had half your face shaved, the other half unshaved.
Yeah, it was against the Blue Jays. We weren't playing very well, so I told my teammates if they pitched play half effort, I'd pitch half face. So
They get them going, right?
It got them going.
There you go.
Got them going. Barry Burnell hit me with a line drive, too. I couldn't get it off my face quick enough.
There's a check swing off the bat of Ryan Robertson. Bevan puts him away. Bill Caudle joining us here.
What are you doing these days?
I work for Scott Boras. I've been doing it now for 10 years. Worked the amateur side. I didn't really want to get in the pro side. I really enjoy doing the college and high school thing. One of my guys out there, Dustin Ackley, who I was involved with, one of my coworkers is the main contact. But I saw Dustin early on at North Carolina. Best hitter I've ever seen.
Wow. Nice. Were you one of Scott's first clients back in the day?
I was Scott's first client and played together in the minor leagues with him. And when I got to the big leagues with the Cubs, he had his 3rd knee surgery and was out of baseball and just passed the bar in Chicago. The rest is history.
Yeah, well, he's one of the most powerful agents in all of sports, and you're with a good organization.
He's pretty sharp. That's no question about it.
Does he pick up a meal every now and then?
Yeah, he does. Surprisingly, every now and then.
You guys pretty much revolutionized the sport in that the dossiers that you put together when you go in with the free agents. I mean, I don't think you guys leave much of any stone unturned, do you?
Scott is always prepared. He knows what he's doing. He's definitely a student of the game, and he is not going to be unprepared for anything that he ventures into. That's for sure.
Well, since you like the amateur side of it, do you have a feeling one way or the other, high school or college kid, especially if they're going to be a high pick?
Well, I think it depends on the kid, absolutely. But I really like what kids learn in college. They learn how to play, learn how to handle the downsides. But there are some high school kids out there that probably are so talented and so mature, they have a choice to decide. But I would prefer them going to school and develop and mature.
Interesting, given it, because we just left Anaheim where we saw Mike Trout. He's going to turn 21 soon. We see Scott at the ball game all the time. He's got season tickets down there at the Angels. But, I mean, you got that kid, you got the Harper kid with Washington. They certainly break the mold or certainly step away from the pack.
Well, there are kids that are mature enough and are exceptions to the rules. Mike Trout, when I remember seeing him in the amateur world, he had a real short, compact swing and could fly, but he just, you just didn't know about body size. And, man, he got big and strong, and it's incredible to watch him play. And Bryce Harper, we always knew he was going to be a man. He was just hit balls so far, but it's great for the game. It absolutely is.
Either one of those guys your clients?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. Okay. That's good. And I tell you what, people in Washington love him. I mean, it made D.C. a baseball town again.
Yeah, absolutely. Here in Strasburg and the rest of the team, they're playing great baseball right now.
That they are. Bevan throws out full to 1-2-3 inning. Bill Caudle, former Mariner reliever. Good to see you, Bill. Congratulations on everything. Good to see you back here.
Good luck to you. Great
to see you.
Good luck
to you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That'll do it for the Rays here in the top of the 4th. They've got a 4-0 lead.
Down 4-0. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. And we kind of warned you, Aqua Sox fans, that 2012 first-round pick Mike Zunino wasn't going to be around long. And today, that has come to fruition. It is our banner bank building to the future look. And Mike Zunino tore it up. He has been promoted to Double-A Jackson. Zunino hit .373 with 10 home runs and 35 RBI in 29 games for the Aqua Sox. Zunino was also named the Northwest League's Player of the Week twice during his brief stay in Everett. Guys, upstairs to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. Mike Zunino.
No surprise.
Not at all. I mean, the guy won everything. He won every piece of hardware in college baseball this year. Good for him. All right, time for the Mariners. Pick up the lunch bucket. Let's go to work here. Down 4-0. Just one hit against Alex Cobb. Alex out of the box, retired the first 8 men before giving up a single to Ryan, and then retired Ackley to end the third as Saunders leads it off. Drive to center field. Sam Fuld out number 1.
Well, a better swing from Michael. Again, he'd been struggling. We were talking about it, rolling over on the ball, a lot of ground balls to second base, which is what he did his first time up. This time he's able to stay through it, then try to pull it and hit it hard out towards left center field. So hopefully he can get a good feeling from that. Maybe off the end of the bat just a little bit, but a better swing for him, get him going again. Bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle grounded out to the second baseman his first time up.
Bunt, stay fair. It's going to. That's a base hit. Nice job.
Keppinger, the third baseman, was giving it to him, so Kyle decided to take it. And when you're down 4 runs, you need some base runners. Good play by Kyle. Not only was it down the line, but he bunted it firm enough to where the pitcher wasn't going to be able to make a play. At this point, Keppinger just let it roll past the bag. Smart play, good hit. You can see where he's at. I'd see how far off the line he's. Yeah, he just gave it to him and he took it. Good play from Kyle.
You need an igniter. Why not with 1 out here? Brings up John Jaso, best hitter on the ball club. John flying out to left, best batting average on the club. Just joining us, Tampa Bay in the 3rd inning. Blake Bevan threw a double slew of pitches. 8 men came to the plate. They scored 4 times on 5 hits and left them in.
They're throwing over 40 pitches in the inning.
Gets away. Seager's going to get to at least second. They're going to hold him up right there.
That'll help the Mariners out. Take the double play out of the equation. That'll be an error on the pitcher, Cobb. Take a look at it. Throws it up the line. Payne, you can't get to it with Kyle sliding back into first. Payne is a good fielding first baseman. That's definitely an error on the pitcher.
If he can't glove it,
right?
You know, that's a bad throw. Mariners coming back after a 3-6 road trip. They come back home where they've won 7 consecutive games. Rays are hot. They've won 6 consecutive, 9 of 11. Yankees won tonight. So Tampa Bay 5.5 back in the race for the division title in the American League East. But right now they own the top spot for the wild card. There's 2 wild cards this year. Right now it's Tampa Bay and Baltimore. So real good representation from the AL East. 0-1. There's a cavalry charge for that American League wild card. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Oakland, Detroit, and the Angels separated by just 2.5 games. Check swing. Seager has to retreat. 2 outs. 2 outs, runner at second, and bring up Jesus Montero. Hey, make plans. Catch some Rays as the Mariners take on these Rays under the sun right here at Safeco Field coming up on Wednesday. It's a U.S. Bank Mariners matinee. Special start time. Note this, 12:40. It means there's going to be plenty of sun and fun at the ballpark, so get your tickets at mariners.com. Penn active as usual. Good crowd out there. Here's Montero. Struck out his first time. Chops one just past Jeff Datz, the third base coach.
Slow curveball. It's a pretty good pitch, actually. The pitch was down in the zone. If you're going to swing at a first pitch curveball, you'd like to have it elevated a little bit so you can do some damage with it.
Chops another one.
.50 pitches now for Cobb, 35 strikes. Yeah, the majority of his outs, either strikeouts or ground ball outs. Only 2 fly ball outs so far in the game.
3 strikeouts, no walks. Ahead of Montero, runner at second, 2 outs, 0-2 the count. Pulls a breaking ball, Keppinger. Goes over to Pena for the final out. Mariners, no runs, 1 hit, an error, and a man left. 4 in the books, 4-0 Rays.
Work to do. They're down right now 4-0. Hi everybody, Angie Mentink here at Ford Sports Desk. Meantime, not just a battle of division leaders, but two teams, the American League. I'll try that again. 2 of the best teams in the American League going at each other. Yanks and Rangers in the Bronx recently acquired Ryan Dempster in hot water in the 3rd for Texas. Bases loaded, facing Nick Swisher, and he unloads them in a hurry. A grand slam to right field for his 15th home run of the year. I played that for Brad Adam. He's a big Nick Swisher fan. Yanks win this one, 8-2 the final. Back upstairs, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. Yankees do what they do, hit home runs, 5.5 game lead over Tampa Bay, 6 Baltimore. Boston will be in New York later on this week. All 1 to the leadoff man, Desmond Jennings. Jennings, Upton, and Joyce.
Well, Blake was able to get a quick inning in the 4th, working at the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9, retired him in order. It'll be a little bit tougher here in this inning. Where was that pitch?
Looked like a fastball right down the middle.
Mainly because it was. Bouncing ball off the glove of Ryan. Base hit. Jennings, fast runner, would have been tough even if he does glove it.
I don't think he'd have been able to get him.
Base hit for Jennings. That is hit number 8 for the Rays. Base stealing threat down there. Jennings 21 out of 22. Number 1 base stealing team in the American League, the Rays.
Well, he really needs to pay attention to the guy at the plate. Upton hit one into the upper deck on a hanging breaking ball his last time up.
No doubt about her.
Now take a look at it. You can see the location of this pitch. Middle.
And well gone. Wow. AJ's 13th home run. RBI 47 and 48. Runner goes. Throw by Montero. It is in time. He got him. Throw him out. 2-4. 1 out.
This is an area that Montero has improved on. Earlier in the year, a lot of the throws were back up the line. You can see that's right on the bag. Not so sure that Jennings wasn't able to get his hand in there before Kyle tagged him. See this tag on his shoulder. Oh, yeah. Looked like his hand was caught up, didn't get full extension on it, had to reach back for the bag, and by then he was out.
8 out of 40 for Montero. The last pitch was a strike. 0-2 to Upton outside.
Take a look at it. His left arm kind of sticks on him, goes back, and I think that's the difference. Still close, but I think if his arm would have been able to be extended like normal, he probably is able to get in there and at least get the call.
1-2 to Upton. Strike 3 called.
Sometimes you'll see a base runner pull that left hand back on purpose. I don't think that was the case with Jennings. I think it just stuck in the ground on him. Upton didn't like that last call, but looked like a good pitch from Blake on the outside corner.
4th strikeout for Bevan. He hasn't walked anybody. That is his 2nd called strikeout. Brings up Matt Joyce. 1 for 2. Ground out to 2nd. Base hit to right and a run scored. Bevan's retired the last 7 men that he's faced. Foul ball.
A lot of pitches to work through. 5 innings, 86 pitches now for Blake. Again, 3rd inning, he had throw over 40 pitches to get through the 3rd.
Characteristic to say the least. 1-1. Left it up in the zone. Popped up. Bevan's going to take it in himself for the out. 1-2-3. 8 in a row retired for Bevan. Nice recovery after that rough 3rd inning. 1-2-3 go the Rays in the 5th. Mariners will have Robinson, Thames, and Figgins coming up when we return.
newest destination resort. And by Ford, we are local. You know, guys, this is the kind of night that makes you love living in the Northwest this time of year, guys.
Yeah, Mr. Humidity stayed away, and we're thrilled by that after coming back from the East Coast. It is a
Great
glorious
shot.
night. That is a wonderful shot. Beautiful Safeco Field. 4-0 Rays first of 3 as the Mariners open up a 9-game homestand. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew. We've got Robinson, Thames, and Figgins 6, 7, and 8 here in the 5th inning against Alex Cobb.
Mariners so far through 4 innings, Dave, just 1 runner in scoring position. That was a base hit from Kyle Seager. He had a bunt, and then the pitcher threw the ball away. So it was an error on Cobb to get him to second base, and then a couple of ground outs into the inning.
Robinson, strike 1 to Trayvon, who grounded out to shortstop on a 3-2 pitch back in the 2nd inning. Well, they go about solving Mr. Cobb here.
Well, he's already thrown a couple of fastballs up this inning, so I think, again, you have to kind of try to get him up in the zone, look up, and attack him. The biggest thing, I think, when you look at his overall numbers, though, they just have to find a way to get some more base runners, because that's when he has struggled. Runners on base, opponent's average is 328. Nobody on base, just 225. That's why I thought it was such a good play by Kyle Seager to get that bunt down.
Sure.
Get somebody on base and make him work a little bit.
Clearly he's affected by runners on. My goodness. Deep drive, left center field. Got some carry going back. One hop off the fence. Trayvon in full gear. He's going to get 3 easily. Robinson with a 3-base hit to lead it off here in the 5th.
Well, that's a good way to get things started.
First triple for Trayvon here in the 2012 season.
He was motoring, wasn't
yes, he was.
His way into second base. He put it into top gear. Don't see many triples out to left center field. Nice short swing from Trayvon, running hard out of the box. I think as soon as he saw the ball bounce high in the air is when he decided he was going.
Good wheels.
Yes. The Rays will keep their infield back. Keppinger, the third baseman, playing up. That'll score a run.
Sure will. Base hit and to boot for Eric Thames. Mariners on the board. It's 4-1. Thames with an RBI, his 14th of the season, 3rd as a Mariner.
Solid base hit for Thames. Hit it in the hole over on the right side of the infield. I like that he was aggressive early in the count. You have that free runner out there. Don't try to work the count. Next thing you know, you're in a 1-2 count and having to fight. Get right after it and jumps on a fastball in the middle of the plate. Figgins was called out on strikes his first time up, and wasn't happy about it. I think he had good reason. The pitch looked like it was off the plate away.
Strike 1. Sean. Coming off a nice day down in Anaheim, those old stomping grounds. That triple for Trayvon Robinson, his first big league 3-base hit.
We had a chance to see Trayvon play last year, and it looked like he could run, but it seems this year he's made a better effort as far as using his speed. We've seen him try to steal a few times, and then he takes advantage with that triple.
3 out of 4 in base stealing. It's an asset. Use it.
Yeah.
Tell you what, keep hitting like that. Chances will continue to come your way.
You get more opportunities, that's for sure.
Good for him, product of the RBI program in Los Angeles. 1-1 count here to Figgins. Speed pitch in there for a strike. 1-2.
Next pitch will be 60 for Cobb. Well, he's on the flip side of it where Blake Bevan is. He's in great shape with his pitch count. And Sean's had 4 pitches in this at bat, 3 of them right where we were talking about, Dave. Belt high on the strike zone, and that's where you want to attack it. Good aggressive swing there by Sean, but you can see Cobb too. You get some runners on, and all of a sudden they'll start to elevate pitches. Talking to a couple of people from the Rays, and that's one of their concerns with him, and you can see why the averages are so different with runners on.
Not a big lead by Thames. 1-2 to Figgins. Thames caught.
Oh,
2-3 in the putout. 1 down. Here in the 5th.
He sees the ball go in the dirt. Decided to go when it came up off of Molina, but it's right back to him. See him take off right there. He knows he's dead in the water when it bounces right back to Molina. When you're a base runner, you can't tell. You just see it go in the air, and your instinct is to take off. You can't tell that it's going to go right back to him. So that was a break for the Rays and Molina to get an out there.
2-2 to Sean Figgins. Nobody on. 1 out. Couple of hits here in the inning for the Mariners. They got a run. See if Figgins can regenerate something here. 2-2. Let's pitch up high. Full count.
Sean's making him work. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Brendan Ryan waiting on deck. Had a solid line drive base hit his first time up. Get it back up the middle.
Figgins confidently turns and takes his bag. Ball 4. Base runner again for the Mariners. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Schedule looks like this. Tampa Bay for a couple more days. The Minnesota Twins come in for the 2nd time, and the Cleveland Indians also for the 2nd time. Then the Mariners will head out to Chicago, Illinois. And this Wednesday, leave the office. Head to the court, the King's Court, that is. Felix Hernandez takes the mound against these Rays. 12:40 start time. And tickets to cheer on the Mariners ace from the King's Court. They're only $30. Includes a free T-shirt and a K card. So forget that desk chair. Pull up a seat here at the King's Court. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Felix.
Pitching coach Jim Hickey making a trip out to the mound. And all those pitches to Sean Figgins elevated up in the zone, eventually works a walk. I think Hickey wants to remind him that he's the one with the lead. Don't pay so much attention to the base runners and what's going on, and get the ball back down in the zone if you can.
Ryan feeling good about himself. First pitch, got a base hit. 2 outs in the 3rd. Right by the right ear of the pitcher, Alex Cobb. First pitch swinging, chopper. Zobrist charges. Nice stretch there by Pena. Down to second goes Figgins. 2 outs.
High chopper. Zobrist didn't even look at second base. Again, his club is up by 3 runs, going to get the sure out, and he's able to do that at first. But in the meantime, Figgins will move up into scoring position at second base and give Ackley a chance to drive in a run. He's grounded out a couple of times, once to the first baseman and once to the second baseman.
Bouncing ball, Pena, sure-handed, feeds Cobb, and then he'll do it. Mariners do pick up a run. They get 2 hits, no errors, and leave them in. 4-1 Rays.
playing, their wives are in this super secret room putting together these baskets of their favorite things and are going to be auctioned off this Friday at Section 128. This is Michael Saunders. He's got wine and a crossword puzzle book. I don't understand the Nebraska Cornhusker thing. I'll have to get to the bottom of that. All right, Sharon, yes. Brendan Ryan's fiance, is putting together his basket. What do we have in here?
We have a soda stream because he cannot live without bubbles. We have a signed game used bat, his favorite movie drive, and of course, Fantasy Football Magazine.
Of course, Fantasy Football. All right, I'm going to let Sharon get back to it and the Mariners as well. Back upstairs to you guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. I was talking to Ryan and Sharon yesterday. I said, he's asking me about fantasy football. I said, Sharon, how's he deal with that? He says, oh, I can't stand the studying that he does. So much time. I'm surprised there's no L.A. Clipper jersey in it.
That's a good point. That's right. Big L.A. Clipper fan.
Huge. Ben Zobrist leads off. Zobrist is having a good night. A base hit to right. RBI double to left. That was the 5th consecutive hit against Bevan in the 3rd inning. A 4-run, 5-hit inning for Tampa Bay. Off-speed pitch handled down there by Ackley.
The good news is after that 4-run inning, 4th and the 5th, faced the minimum, and here he gets the first out of this inning. So Blake's settling down, but he's had to throw 90 pitches with just 1 out here in the 6th.
9 in a row retired. Brings up Jeff Keppinger. Bounced into a double play, grounded out to 3rd. 0 for 2.
Looks like Josh Kinney is getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Like 1 to Keppinger.
Oh, Carter Capps.
This would be his home debut, right?
Yes, it would be. Pitched a couple times on the road trip. Made his major league debut at New Yankee Stadium.
Easy 1 hopper to Ryan. 2 down. This little run here by Bevan. 10 in a row. Tired. Brings up Carlos Pena. Base hit to right. Took a called 3rd strike.
Mariners put the shift on again. Move the infielders around to the right side.
When you get punched out, you get called down a strike. Do you tend the next at bat to be knowing that this guy could possibly miss one? You go up there a little bit more aggressively?
I think that is anytime you strike out, whether it's called or whether you're swinging.
But particularly, I was just thinking particularly swinging. I mean, after you get called out, and then the next at bat, all right, this guy's going to be a little shaky here. I got to really.
You're talking about the umpire.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want. The one thing that you hate is if you leave it into his hands. So you don't want to get back to 2 strikes again, and you can see Pena right there being aggressive, swinging that first pitch. But yeah, I think that's normal. And veteran pitchers know that. So now he's in an 0-2 count. You know, a veteran guy, he'll start throwing some pitches off the plate away, thinking that you're going to be a little more aggressive and try to get you to chase a bad pitch because you don't want to take another one and get called out again.
16,205 here at Safeco Field. Pena's got a 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 6th.
Well, there's the difference. Look at that 3rd inning. 43 pitches in the 3rd.
Change the complexion of any game. 1-2. Way outside.
He's tried a couple of pitches out of the strike zone, and Pena didn't bite, so he'll have to make a quality pitch here on the plate. See if he can get him out.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Time called. Hit hard. Great to see. Good inning for Bevan. He's retired the last 11 consecutive hitters. Now if the Mariners offense can get him off the hook here, 4-1 Rays.
Are within 3. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. Now, adrenaline tends to kick in when you get into the extra innings. That was the case for the Toronto Blue Jays tonight, facing off against the White Sox. And we get right to the good stuff. In the 11th inning, tied at 2 each. That's when the Blue Jays first baseman, David Cooper, smacks one into right field. Alex Rios' throw to the plate way offline, and the Blue Jays celebrate. Former Mariner Steve Delabar getting the win. Toronto takes it 3-2, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. AL Central, that Chicago team, what a battle they have with Detroit. Cleveland, when they were here earlier in the season, were leading the division. They've fallen way off at 9.5 back. Michael Saunders, Kyle Seager, John Jaso against Alex Cobb. Sorry to hear about the passing of Red Sox legend, the beloved number 6, Johnny Pesky. Died earlier today at the age of 92. Right field pole named after him. Pesky pole at Fenway Park.
About first pitch strikes, 20 out of 20. That's
Jim Hickey will like that, the pitching coach.
Yeah, he will.
Saunders looking to get untracked. 0 for 2 tonight. 0 for his last 11.
Chicago losing to Toronto 3-2, but I did notice that Adam Dunn hit a couple of more home runs, 2 solo shots, 33 now on the season. He's having a little bit of a better year than he had last year.
Boy, oh boy. Swinging a miss by Saunders. He's gone. 0 for 3. Strikeout number 4 for Cobb. I'm told that Steve Delabar in that game struck out 4 men in an inning. In the 10th inning for Toronto. Former Mariner. So 1 out here in the 6th. Here's Kyle Seager.
Kyle's 1 for 2. Grounded out to the second baseman. Had a bunt base hit. Kept to the third baseman. Not playing back like he was the last time Kyle came up. Taking the bunt away from him.
Four strikeouts, 1 walk by Cobb. Ground ball down to Roberts. Easy play, 2 down.
Bring up John Jaso. Jaso looking for his first hit, 0 for 2. Fly out and the ground out. Mariners tonight just 4 hits on the evening, 1 run on 4 hits. We were talking about a lot of ground ball outs.
Mm-hmm. We got 10. Ball 1 to Jaso. Tuno. Jaso, the former Tampa Bay Ray. Got a 3-0 count. Montero's on deck. Struck 1 to John.
John was 3-0 in Anaheim when he hit a home run, but not going to swing 3-0 when you're down 3 runs.
Three 1 pitch to Jaso. Outside, he's worked the walk. Second walk by Cobb. Check out our Land Rover defensive play of the game. How about Montero throwing out Desmond Jennings back in the 5th.
Again, one of the things he's improved on is his footwork. See how quickly he gets his feet set coming out of that crowd. Strong throw and a good tag by Kyle Seager playing second base tonight.
Montero now strike out in the ground out to 3rd.
And he has seen his share of breaking balls from Cobb.
Two outs, a man on a pitch. Inside, ball 1. Put down to Keppinger. Goes short way, gets Jaso, and that'll do it for the Mariners here in the 6th. Cobb throwing a whale of a ball game. He's got a 4-1 lead.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
First of three, Rays lead it 4-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. Check out Blake Bevan, done for the evening. 6 hits, 8 runs, Mike.
Well, for Blake, he really struggled. The one inning really hurt him. The 3rd inning, he had to throw 43 pitches in the 3rd inning out of the 97 over the course of the game, and that was the one that cost him 5 straight hits, including a home run against Bevan. After that, he settled down and pitched well, able to work through 6 innings.
Baseline shift to the bullpen brings us a home debut of Carter Capps. Just turned 22 years old back on August 7th.
Only 2 1/3 so far. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. Carter, his fastball, we've seen it. It's topped out at 101 miles an hour consistently in the upper 90s.
Don't let the baby face fool you. He's packing 100 miles an hour heat.
He is. It's real, too.
Ryan Roberts. Just a delightful treat for you right-hand hitters. Coming crossfire. Ernest got some power arms in that bullpen. Capps, Pryor, and Wilhelmsen. Kelly's no slouch. Carter out of Kinston, North Carolina, 6'5", 220.
Took a little bit off to get that in the strike zone, 98 miles an hour.
Took a little off to 98. Mike Oda 22 again.
I'm telling you.
2-1.
Another good pitch they didn't get the call on. Sam Holbrook's been a little bit on the tight side for the Mariner pitchers. He squeezed Blake a little bit, and then right there, that pitch is a good pitch on the outside corner.
Too much run on that fastball, and he walks Ryan Roberts to open up the 7th. Bring up Jose Molina, the catcher.
Brendan Ryan making a quick trip to the mound.
It's reassuring. You got maybe the best defensive shortstop in baseball coming in and said, hey, kid, we got your back. #1 defense in the American League out here. Kudos to his high school coach who decided catching. No. We're going to put you on the mound.
Somebody recognized a good arm. There's a breaking ball. I say it all the time. I give scouts all the credit in the world. It's so difficult to identify talent, try to project what they're going to be. But every now and then, see a young man's throwing 100. That's easy. All right.
Easy report, right?
We'll take him.
1-1. Oh, they got him hung up. Good execution of the rundown. Well done.
Well, that'll help. You know, the Rays like to run. You can see him trying to time it.
1-3-6. A lot different from, if you didn't see it, folks, His Eminence Vin Scully was really perturbed at the Dodgers' execution and lack thereof in a rundown. And in the polite, gentlemanly terms of Mr. Scully, ripped them apart 2 weeks ago. It was elegant.
Well, that was well executed.
It was. That's what I'm saying. That's right.
They're okay.
They're okay. But that was inside. That video. 2 things in Mr. Scully went video. That one and the one where he was translating a tirade by Jim Tracy had been thrown out of the game. A call that had been
reading
reversed.
his lips.
That's blinking fertilizer. Good heat for strike number 2.
You hear people say it all the time. What a class act and a gentleman he is. But I can tell you from little bit of time that I was with the Dodgers, he is definitely that. Nice man.
He's the best.
Vince Scully, and he is the best.
3-2.
He has a nice schedule, too, doesn't he? Well,
he's earned it. He's got 60 years under his belt.
Yeah. What is it, though? He doesn't travel past the Rockies or something like
it
that?
generally doesn't even go to Denver. He goes to Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco, and see you later. You boys enjoy that East Coast trip on 100% humidity.
That's another good pitch.
Good
That's
grief.
a strike. That's just a good fastball at 99 miles an hour on the outside corner. Montero doesn't have to move his glove. You can see him drop his head. That's a good pitch.
I think if he had called strike 3, Jose would not have protested too much. 1 out, 1 on. Sam Fuld, the hitter. Base hit to right, stolen base. And a tapper back to Bevan back in the 4th. 1 for 2. He's got a run scored. Here's a strike.
Fastball looks like a laser going in there, doesn't it?
22-year-old Carter Capps.
Let it fly.
You can see when he gets that pitch down, it's like we've seen Wilhelmsen now with the 12-6 and now with that changeup. Very difficult to hit. Broken bat. Nice play by Ackley, maintaining his poise there as that bat went over his head. They get the force on Molina. Well, that was a quick surrender by that piece of wood, wasn't it?
Well, again, 98 miles an hour in on your hands.
Boy.
As my good friend and ex-teammate used to say, he's throwing saw blades.
Yeah, really? Man. Top of the order, Desmond Jennings. 2 outs, man at first. 3-6 fielder's choice for Fuld. Four runs, 8 hits, and an error for Tampa Bay. A run on 4 hits for the Mariners. Runner goes. Great jump. Throw by Montero. Safe. Sam Fuld, second stolen base tonight. His 3rd since coming off the DL.
He stole that off the young pitcher Carter Capps, as you mentioned. Great jump. Carter not paying attention to him. It's a good pitch to throw on, but a little bit too late. Oh. I was wondering why Kyle jumped in there. He thought he had him, and it looked like he did. Bad call.
So Montero tonight, 1 out of 3 against the fast running Rays, #1 base stealing team in the American League. 1-0 count.
There's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball off the outside corner. I don't think many of the Rays are running to the bat rack right now.
No. 2-1. Thanks behind home plate, getting on Holbrook. Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpire. 2 outs, runner at second.
Ooh, foul ball.
Oh boy, that didn't sound good at all.
Take a look at it. It'll be a check swing, and then a deflection gets Montero right off the knee. So he hit him on the outside of the knee.
And I didn't hear any plastic.
No,
I heard a lot of
didn't
body.
either. Yeah.
3-2. Whoa. Caps has walked 3 of the 4 men that he's faced. Runners at first and second, and not a surprise that Carl Willis making his way to the mound. Tomorrow evening, Mariners are going to present a salute to Native American Night. We're going to celebrate the vibrant culture from around the Pacific Northwest. As part of the event, first 10,000 fans 21 and older pick up a Mariners t-shirt. Get your tickets to tomorrow's salute to Native American Night. Go to mariners.com. Game 2 against the Rays. Roberts led off, 3-1 pitch, he walked. Molina, 3-2 pitch, he walked. Fielder's choice, 3-6 to retire Molina after Roberts was caught on rundown. And a 3-2 pitch, he walks Jennings. B.J. Upton fly to center, 2-run bomb, upper tank, left field. 3rd inning. Took a called 3rd strike in the 5th. Blake Bevins started 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, a walk, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. DJ figured, hey, he's throwing hard, take a shot. Boy, that was what do I have to lose, right?
This is 99 miles an hour.
Did you see was it Molina shaking his head in the background?
He's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 2.
Give him a little bit of time, and because of the velocity, the last pitch at 100 miles an hour, you can see why he just cruised through the minor leagues. But he's going to have to fine-tune a few things up here.
And the immortal words of Jay Clampett, where Doug is. Wow, what a pitch. 4-1 Rays. Mariners back in town. Let's check out our Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you And Trayvon Robinson with his first big league triple last time up.
Trayvon, he goes with a pitch, hits it the other way. Fly ball will bounce off the warning track, and Trayvon sees it bounces high off the fence. Turns on the Jets and gets his first major league triple. Also scored a run right there after that triple on a base hit from Eric Thames. And Trayvon will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Robinson, Thames, and Figgins against Alex Cobb. Cobb must really take his time getting out to the mound because usually we've already started.
Yeah, every warm-up pitch he throws in between is 3-2, 7th game of the World Series.
I was wondering.
Well, I mean, he takes a lot of time in between the pitches.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's pitching.
It's working.
Pretty good ball game. Only giving up 1 run through 6 innings. There's 4 hits on the night.
There's the first pitch to Robinson. In there for strike.
Jake McGee, hard-throwing left-hander. I saw him at Tampa. Reminded us both of Matt Thornton.
Mm-hmm. Big kid.
Big kid. Left-hander, smooth delivery, and rushes it up there mid to upper 90s.
Always. I mean, you look at Carter Capps, a little herky-jerky in 100, but the smooth guys really, they're just as dangerous. Nice and easy, and then boom, it's on you, man.
Well, that gets you back to a comfortable at bat and an uncomfortable at bat.
Yeah, right.
Carter Capps right now is
very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Johnson. In the mullet days, Randy Johnson was a very uncomfortable bat, particularly for you left-handers.
Yeah. It's exciting to see where his future is going to go, and again, once he starts to iron some things out, Carl Willis and Jamie Navarro both get their hands on him and try to smooth them out if they can.
Great movement.
That took a bite out of Jose Molina, the catcher.
Luckily, most of these guys in the major leagues, I mean, they've done it for a long time, and a lot of them, they're able to just smile it off. Bless their hearts.
They know what's going to happen.
Sure. 1-2. Alex Cobb in his first full year in the bigs. In good shape. 85 pitches.
That was a good curveball.
Sure was. Good snap to it. It was up in the zone. 5th strikeout. 1 down here in the 7th.
Take this pitch. It's up in the zone, as Dave mentioned, but it has a pretty good bite to it. Trayvon swings over the top of it. There you go, 11 ground ball outs, only 2 balls hit in the air. And that was a scouting report on Cobb coming into it.
Ball into Thames. Strikeout. RBI single in the 5th. High drive, center field. Going back is Fold. 2 outs.
That'll bring up Sean Figgins. Sean is 0 for 1. Had a strikeout looking and then walked his last at bat. That was back in the 5th inning.
Carp had a hip problem yesterday, and that's what got Sean Figgins into the game. Here's Mike Trout. Quick release. Figgy make that Carpet to stretch out. And aggravated that hip. Had to leave the ball game. Carp had an MRI today. No word on the results to this point.
He's been swinging the bat well, so hopefully he can get back in there soon. Jason Vargas, winning pitcher yesterday, 13th win of the season.
Joe Madden, the manager of the Rays, had a lot of nice things to say about Vargas. Really admires. He says, hey, he's Jamie Moyer and he got it 10 years early. Totally gets it, knows what he's doing. Center field, right at full. Hit it on a button. Gets nothing to show for it. A line drive by Figgy. 1-2-3 in the 7th. 8th inning coming up in a 4-1 lead for the Rays. Roots Sports Game Connect, an interactive second screen experience bringing fans closer to the game with live stats, trends, and analysis. Roots Sports Game Connect. Connect now at rootsports.com. 4-1 Rays, first of 3. Mariners back home. 10 days, 9 games, and a hail and hearty get well to Bill Kruger, who'll be back on Friday. We look forward to seeing him. Hope to have him back on Friday. Know he's recovering. Know you're watching.
Lucas Litke take over for the Mariners. Second reliever for the Mariners tonight. 2.64 ERA for him. 30 strikeouts in the 30 2/3 innings that he has pitched. Lucas, you get Joyce, Zobrist, and Keppinger.
Swing and a miss by Matt Joyce.
Go-to pitch for Lucas right there. A good slider on the outside corner.
Ertke cross-firing against left-handers. The pitch misses as he works from the extreme first base side.
Tried a curveball that time, only 73 miles an hour. Slider will be 83, 84.
Left that one up in his eyes, but grounded out to Ackley. Dustin taking care of it. 1 out. They bring in Ben Zobrist.
Switch hitter. Turn around, hit right-handed.
Good player.
This can do so many things. Again, I was surprised to see him playing shortstop for the Rays. I've seen him play second base, a little bit of third, mostly right field when he's in the outfield.
Down low, ball 1. Mariners in the bottom of the 8th inning. 9-1-2. Ryan Ackley Saunders. Got to get something going here, trailing 4-1.
Good slider right underneath his hands. See, much better right-handed. 274 from the right side of the plate.
Coming in, Saunders at the plate on the hop, base hit. 3-hit night for Ben Zobrist. It's first base hit against Licky. Follow the Mariners with the MLB.com at Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. You're going to get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Mariners.com for details. Jeff Keppinger. 3 ground outs. They didn't do a double play, ground out to third, ground out to short.
Sean Kelly up again. Second time he's been out in the bullpen for the Mariners. And Pena, the left-hander, due up next, and then it's Roberts Molina.
Bottom of the 8th in Anaheim. Cleveland 3-0 over the Angels. Look out. How about this score? Bottom 7 at San Francisco. Washington 14, San Francisco nothing.
Nationals can put up some numbers, can't they?
They got everybody healthy now, right?
Yeah. Morris is back doing his thing. Harper, one of the more exciting players in the National League.
Zimmerman, kid at third, can play. Desmond, the shortstop's been out for a while. Fly ball, right center field. Thames gets there. In that National game, he got, and Harper's cooled off, but he had 2 hits. Has 2 hits tonight, hitting .251. Espinosa's got 4 hits, 3 RBIs. Bernardina 3 hits. Kurt Suzuki, how about his night? 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies. With 2 down, brings up Carlos Pena. Left-handers hitting just .172 against Lucas Litke. Pena tonight, a base hit, a strikeout, looking, and a ground out. Ryan playing behind second base. Here's the score we were talking about. A lot of big numbers being put up by the Nationals. Yeah. Probably. Matter of fact, the Nationals have outscored the Redskins, who scored, I think they lose 7-6 the other night. First game of the preseason, so. Well,
what happened to RG3?
A lot of offense that night.
Apparently. Let's see the Nationals out in front in the East. 5-game lead over the Braves.
The Nationals whipping up on Ryan Vogelsong. 2 2/3, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned. Beat up on Brad Penny, too. 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Gio Gonzalez going to be the winner in that one.
Ryan Roberts waiting on deck. 3-0 count to Pena.
He's still a dangerous hitter, club leader in homers. Had to go for 16 right there. 3-1. Three and one count to Carlos Pena. 2 outs, 1 on. 4-1 Tampa Bay in the 8th. And Pena's aboard. First walk by Litke.
And that will bring out Eric Wedge and Sean Kelly coming to the game.
Ryan Roberts, the scheduled hitter. We will take a break. Kelly come in, get his warm-up tosses. 4-1 Tampa Bay. With the Rays, first of a 9-game homestand. Mariners offense got to get clicking. Right now, Sean Kelly trying to get the 3rd out. He's the new pitcher, the 4th one tonight, used by Eric Wedge.
Sean's numbers on the season: 3.55 ERA, 33 strikeouts to 10 walks, pitched 33 innings so far this year. Has given up 36 heads. Sean's fastball will be around 94 miles an hour. Will use a slider against the right-handers. That is his out pitch.
Ryan Roberts, the guy Kelly wants to get. 2 on for the Rays. Ball 1. It bends over. It's good speed down at second base. Pena can run better than average speed for a power hitter. Back with a strike. 1-1. It's the outside corner.
A couple of good fastballs. Typically, Sean will come in and throw more sliders. Using his fastball right away to get ahead. Slider.
2-2. Pretty well hit. Right field. Thames. That is a foul ball.
Good catch.
Sure was. Good thing mom was carrying the baby. How about some of the videos we've seen with guys holding on to their kids reaching for foul balls? Are you kidding?
I think that would probably be the last thing on my mind if I saw a ball headed my way.
I'm with you. Here's what was it? One in Atlanta this year. No, that was a road game. I think that might have been New York. And there've been a few. Documented the foul ball. Way to go. It'll be on YouTube. Be on YouTube at 10-9-8. Ground ball. Figgins. Short way. You get the runner Pena, and that'll do it. Kelly does the job in the 8th. Offense. Ryan Ackley Saunders got to get something going here. 4-1 Rays.
Gaming and dining destination. By Sterling Bank, life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit our new website at bankwithsterling.com. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Guys?
Angie, thank you very much. Pleasant night here at Safeco Field. 4-1 Rays. Bottom of the 8th inning. Some defensive changes made by Joe Madden for the Mariners. Ryan Roberts goes from second base to third. Shortstop Ben Zobrist goes over to second base. New to the game, Elliott Johnson. He's the new shortstop. Alex Cobb, strong performance tonight.
Yeah, he pitched well. 7 innings, just 4 hits, gave up 1 run. That was after the triple from Trayvon Robinson. He scored on a base hit by Thames. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 91 pitches for Cobb. Joel Peralta will take over. Mariners are going to see a bunch of sliders here in this inning. That's where Peralta features. Opponent's average just 175 off of him. 61 strikeouts and 48 innings pitched. That's a big number. Only 12 walks.
Brendan Ryan will lead it off. Ball 1. Ryan tonight. Base hit in the 3rd. And a ground out to short in the 5th. So the booth to our right as Ryan lost the grip on his bat.
He might lead the league in that category.
Probably right.
Talking to Brendan Ryan today about his elbow. Still has some inflammation in it. And I said, well, you're going to continue to wear that elbow pad even when it gets healthy? And he said, probably. I don't want to miss any more time.
No way. Swing and a miss. 0-2 strikes. Joel Peralta. 5'11", 205. Well, now on the Dominican Republic, his place of birth and where he still lives. fairly well traveled and successful. Peralta came up with the Angels in 05, 28 games. Then to Kansas City in 06 and 7 and 8. Colorado in 09. Washington in 10, and now his second year with Tampa Bay. Two and two to Brendan Ryan. Mariners' only run. It comes in the 5th. Trayvon Robinson led off with a triple to deep left center field. Thames followed on the next pitch with a base hit to right. That's it. Tampa Bay had a huge 3rd inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. The big blow, a 2-run shot, upper tank, left field. Kept it fair by about 10 feet. B.J. Upton with the 2-run homer. Jennings also drove in a run with a single and an RBI double by Ben Zobrist. 2-2 to Ryan. Struck him out. Roots Sports is looking for the biggest Mariner fans in the Northwest. We're going state to state to find the most passionate in our region. This month we want to hear from devoted fans in Montana. So log on to rootsports.com and show us why you're the Mariners' ultimate Northwest fan. Top of the order, Dustin Ackley. 3 groundouts tonight. Breaking ball for strike. Front side really pulling it out, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say he's had glimpses this year where he'll have put together a couple of really good games, and you think that, okay, he's starting to come out of it, things will start clicking again, but then he'll fall back. You know, when you get encouraged is when you see him hit the ball hard to left center field, stay in the gaps. But this has been something that he's had to deal with for the entire season. And I think for Dustin, from what I'm seeing from it, it's not necessarily his head. We talk about the head coming out of there a little bit early, pulling off of the ball, but for him it's more of his right shoulder starts to head out towards right center field early. He doesn't have much left to handle pitches that are on the outer half of the plate.
Ball at 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Dustin with his cheering section. The Ackley boys up in upper deck in right field. Got his name spelled up there.
Hit one up there to him.
They would lose their collective minds if they
I might too.
Yeah. 2 and 2. Peralta, you can hear him. He's angry with himself. Counts run full. Michael Saunders on deck. Payoff to Ackley. Struck him out. So Peralta has K'd the first 2 men that he's faced.
Showed you his strikeout numbers. 64 strikeouts now. Fastball's 90, 91 miles an hour. Not like he's overpowering, but I think because he can change speeds and hit his spots. It looks like that fastball top of the strike zone, the 4-seamer, what gives the hitters a tough time.
Saunders a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. Mariners have 4 hits, and that last hit number 4, came back in the 5th inning. That was the RBI single to right field by Thames. Tampa Bay pitching's been outstanding. Alex Cobb started 7 strong innings. They have the number 1 ERA in the American League. Oh, 2.
Again, another high fastball. That one at 89 at the top of the strike zone. Swinging through it.
Bullpen for the Rays, an 0.97 ERA over the last 22 games. Saunders trying to get something going here with 2 outs. 0-2. Pitch from Peralta. Down low for ball coming up tomorrow. Kevin Millwood against Matt Moore. Series finale, 12:40 start time on Wednesday. Felix Hernandez and Jeremy Hellickson.
Matt Moore, good looking young left-hander. Throws hard. His fastball will be in the mid-90s.
1-2 here to Saunders. Down on top of it. There's your matchup for tomorrow. Veteran Kevin Millwood and the youngster Matt Moore. Millwood on Wednesday last week in Baltimore. Losing end of a 9-2 Orioles win. Kevin went 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs all earned. Here's the 1-2 to Saunders. Struck him out. Peralta strikes out the side. Here in the 8th, 4-1 Rays. For the Mariners. And did you ever wish you could dig into the dirt at Safeco Field? Well, now you can. This Saturday, first 5,000 fans leaving the ballpark after the game against the Twins will pick up a free bag of Safeco Field soil made from compostable materials thanks to Cedar Grove. For tickets, go to Mariners team stores, any Mariner team store, or mariners.com. Sean Kelly against Jose Molina, Sam Fuld, and Desmond Jennings. Saunders, can he get there? No, sir. Base hit for Molina.
Michael shading out towards the left center field. They hit that right off the end of the bat. Little flare out into right center. Good pitch from Kelly on the outside corner.
10th hit for the Rays. Brings up Sam Fold. First hit tonight for Jose. Angels are on the board. It's 4-2 Cleveland, top of the ninth in Anaheim. Albert Pujols got him on the board with a 2-run homer.
Well, normally you might see a bunt in this situation. Fold can handle the bat and can run, but Molina at first base would have to be a perfect bunt to get him down to second. It doesn't look like Joe Madden is going to try that. Meantime, Sean falls behind 2-0.
Rays have won 6 consecutive ball games. They're hot. They've won 9 of 11. Mariners trying to win their 8th consecutive home game. 2-1. Back with a strike, 2-2. Fernando Rodney leading the American League in saves with 36 is throwing for Tampa Bay right now as the count goes to 3-2 to Sam Fold. Fernando.
Yeah, mid-90s fastball and one of the great changeups in the game.
Runner goes, throw down a second, double clutch. Is he there? Missed the tag. The double clutch really cost Montero, and the ball sailed on him.
Yeah, he still had time, though. If he makes an accurate throw, he would get Molina. After he double clutched, he rushed it, and the throw was up the line. This is something we saw out of him earlier in the season. You can see where that throw goes. Doesn't quite get his feet squared up, and Molina slides in safe with a stolen base.
His second of the season. How many thought he had a stolen base coming into this game?
I would not have guessed it.
No way. Top of the order is Fold. He strikes out on that pitch. Top of the order, Desmond Jennings. First strikeout for Kelly. One, two.
As much as catchers like to throw out runners, that's when Montero will think about. It's just a great opportunity to help out your percentage.
And Jose won't let him forget it either, guaranteed. Three stolen bases tonight.
Up over the 100 mark now, 101 on the season.
So 2 stolen bases for Molina. Club leader with 22. B.J. Upton. Kelly's got a 2-2 count. Mariners in the bottom of the ninth will have Seager, Jaso, and Montero 3, 4, and 5. First things first, Kelly's got to get out of this. That squared him up.
Yeah, another direct shot. I saw this earlier. It staggered him when it hit him in the helmet.
Remember that? Was it about a month ago?
Missed a couple of days, yeah.
That'll stun you.
That one was a little bit different. That one looked like it glanced a little bit off of his mask. The one we saw earlier was a flush hit right on the middle of his forehead. And that one looked like it glanced off of his mask.
Sure, Mr. Tyson. Go ahead. Take a free shot. Boom. They earned their keep. Jennings gone. Kelly's second strikeout. 2 outs in the ninth.
John going to the slider, throws it on the outside corner, and Jennings still looking for that fastball, didn't get it. Bring up B.J. Upton. Upton tonight 1 for 4, has a couple of strikeouts, but he also hit a home run into the second deck out in left field.
Cheap it wasn't.
No. It was his 13th home run of the season.
Oh, 1. That 0-2. Last time up for Upton, they had a full dose of Carter Capps and took a called third strike, and was darn glad he did. Got out of there. Defensive swing. Kelly even gave chase on that one. Ready to turn it over to the guy swinging the bat, Sean Kelly, 0-2. Struck him out. Kelly gives up a leadoff single to Molina, then strikes out the side. Work to do. 3 outs to play with. Seager, Jaso, and Montero need some runs. Down a 4-1 in the first of 3 here with the Rays in their only visit to Seattle this year. Seager, Jaso, and Montero. They got to go to work against the leading save artist in the American League, Fernando Rodney.
36 saves out of 37 opportunities. You can see why. Look at that ERA, an 0.83 ERA, 54 innings pitched for him, 51 strikeouts, only 8 walks on the year. He has given up 2 home runs. Again, his fastball will be in the mid-90s, and he will use his changeup. One of the better changeups you will see.
Bullpen for the Rays, an 0.97 ERA the last 22 games. That's how they've been getting it done. The hitting has picked up a little bit, too. Rays playing some good ball. They are going for their 7th consecutive win. The bullpen leader, 3.06, third to Baltimore and Oakland.
For the Mariners, it'll be Seager, Jaso, and Montero. Now Seager is 1 for 3, Jaso 0 for 2, and Montero is 0 for 3.
Here we go. Mariners 1-5 on the season against Tampa Bay. Over the last 5 seasons here at Safeco Field, the Mariners 11-13 against the Rays. It'll be Roberts, Johnson, Zobrist, and Pena in the infield. Jennings, Fold, and Joyce in the outfield. First pitch from Rodney in there for strike 1. Up the middle, base hit.
Good start.
Kyle with his second hit tonight. He bunted his way on in the 4th.
Kyle not waiting around for the great changeup from Rodney. He gets a fastball at 96 miles an hour and hits it back up the middle. 2-hit night for Kyle Seager. We have John Jaso. Jaso again 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. Mariners down 3 runs. They need some base runners.
Rodney comes right after you. Strike 1. One, 2.
Yeah, that's the changeup.
Well, he gives you such arm action, and that ball just floats up.
And it's so tough because you can see that changeup at 82, and you know that he has 96 miles an hour on his fastball. And so for a hitter, when he's able to sell it with that arm speed, it's so difficult to even try to put that changeup in play. There's a good fastball, 97 with that fastball. So you can see the separation. Something that Carl Willis, the Mariners pitching coach, talks about all the time when it comes to the changeup. Throw it with conviction, and that's what Rodney does.
Usually left-handers, you'll see them where their hat a little cockeyed. Rodney. Good pitch. Didn't miss by much. Fernando out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. 5'11", 220. 35 years old. 2-2. Ground ball foul. Now I see why. Stopped in to say hello to Joe Madden when he was so giddy about with his bullpen.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, you can understand it. But Jaso putting up a battle here. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat.
Strike 3 call.
Whoa. I just don't get it. He hasn't given that pitch all game, and then he finally throws a changeup well off the plate away, and he rings him up.
Right.
As a hitter, Dave, I can tell you, frustrating to say the least. Jaso typically doesn't have any reaction, but you can see this changeup again. Molina catching it and having to bring it all the way back, and Jaso, you just don't see that from him. He knew that pitch was a ball. He has a great idea of the strike zone, and what a difference that makes. That's a critical call in this game. Well, next, you walk right there, you have 2 runners on, and tying run coming to the plate.
Here. Strike 1 to Montero. 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, ground out, hit into a fielder's choice. Chopper charging is Johnson. One play gets Montero out, number 2. Down to second goes Seager.
That's the best fastball, 98 miles an hour, and he jams him. He'll chopper out to short. And Elliott Johnson coming on for defense. Gets the sure out, up by 3 runs.
2 outs. Last hope for the Mariners, Trayvon Robinson. Fouled off.
Trayvon 1 for 3 with a triple. Scored the 1 run for the Mariners.
A 1 pitch. That is a devastating changeup. Mariners down to their last strike. Rodney against Robinson. Struck him out, and that is your ball game. Tampa Bay wins it 4-1, ends the Mariners' 7-game win streak, home streak. And the Mariners now 1-6 against the Rays on the season. Outstanding Tampa Bay pitching. Alex Cobb gets the win to go 7-8. 37th save for Rodney, and Blake Bevan takes the loss. He's 7-7. Not enough offense tonight. And B.J. Upton with a monster home run upper deck left field back in the 2nd inning.
You're right. The Mariners are going to have to come back tomorrow against the talented left-handed pitcher of Matt Moore. Try to find some offense. Have been struggling a little bit as of late. So hopefully they can find something that'll work tomorrow against the lefty.
So much for the home winning streak. Part of history now. Rays won it 4-1. Here's Brett Adam.
Gentlemen, thank you. So 5 hits for the Mariners, 5 hits yesterday against Jared Weaver and the Angels. 2 of those home runs. Big reason why Mariners win yesterday and they lose today. Although the fans behind me still very excited out here in the pen. Might be their first baseball game. Not quite sure how to act about this one. So the Rays just continue to play good baseball. 7 straight wins now. They continue to lead the AL wild card. The Mariners see their 2-game win streak come to a close. That man, Fernando Rodney, just about perfect this year. He's only blown 1 save. He got 37. That leads the majors. More post-game coming up on Root Sports.